Yeah, I wasn't sure if I wanted to bring this up or not. So I guess I can decide later. But I think we got into I was trying to explain lateral gene transfer. Like
Okay.
it's a genetic property of basically you share genes with your animals and like the people you interact with if you have a spouse or whatever.
Hmm.
Like the same genes will activate. So I was like projecting that in a school environment, like the British, you know, schools, how they separate the sexes. Anyway, it's like fuzzy,
Oh, right. I kind of
not
remember
not well researched
that con. Yeah.
dynamics.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it's possible to like nail down a specific gene that triggers what people are attracted to in other people. Anyway,
Yeah. I don't know.
and I guess the other thing was, I guess you called me a Christian, and I
I
kind
thought
of
you were a Christian.
well I me personally I don't like to look at it that way. Like
Okay. Fair enough.
I'll use that for my parents because they just can't jump over that hurdle of
Yeah. Yeah.
like you're either a Christian or if you're not you're going to hell. And like the way I look
Right.
at it, it's more I guess agnostic and just like we don't I guess when I say we, like the human race and our limited understanding, our limited um
Hmm.
like like our eyes and our senses, it's like we there's so much more out there than we can even know.
Right.
So that's just where I'm coming in, or how I like to look
Yeah.
at it.
Well, I
But
hope you
yeah.
weren't like offended, but like
Well,
I just
no. I mean,
I remember.
I do think I guess I emphasize more on the heresy implicit
Mhm.
in Christianity because it's, Jesus was a heretical blasphemous Jew. like
Right. Yeah.
like
Gotta love
that's
those.
yeah, that's the je ne sais quoi, whatever, the pivot
Hmm.
point of it.
The revolutionary kind of aspect of it.
I Yeah, I suppose something like that.
Yeah. I remember like when we when we first met up and had lunch and we hadn't seen each other in like what 15 years or something. Um
Yeah.
I could have sworn there was a moment where you like mentioned being like a philosophical Christian or some type of Christian. So I was like, "Oh, okay. So
Like
Joseph's a Christian."
platonic. Like
Yeah.
that was the I guess what had happened is like I kind of realized that my mind and my heart are
Hmm.
like on completely different programs. And so it
I can
was
see that about you.
yeah, so I kind of
Yeah.
just I just noticed things and I was just kind of like my heart wants to be Christian, so I'll just, get out of its way.
Okay. That's fair. And I can relate to it. Like I'm like philosophically like I'm a very skeptical materialistic person. Not materialistic as in I
Yeah.
like to buy shit, but um although probably the background view of my apartment would make you think I am materialistic too. I got a lot of junk. But uh but there is like another side of me that like really loves like witchcraft and stuff like that. um I don't believe in any of it as like an actual force in the universe, but I do think there's like
Hmm.
I think there's uh psychological, I guess, benefits that people could get if they approach it the right way, could get from like ritual and like kind of psychodrama and visualization and stuff like that. And I kind of filter it through that lens.
Well, there's
But I kind of
definitely.
know what you mean, because like I am drawn to witchcraft type stuff.
Well, I mean, there's power in rituals. Like
Yeah,
just
there
waking
is.
up and drinking a cup of coffee, you can
Mm-hmm.
like harness that ritual and build on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like, you know, um, you think about it in a bad way too, like with addiction.
Mhm.
There is a lot, as someone who struggled with addiction throughout my life, like there is a lot of ritual built up around my addiction that is one of the hardest parts to break, man, because
You're talking about
uh
smoking or alcohol?
alcohol, well, top of mind is alcohol,
Mm.
because that was the most, you know, detrimental. But like when I got out of the hospital after I detoxed, I was like, okay, I detoxed. I was on the pheno drip for like 4 days. Like it's out of my
Mm.
system.
Wow.
But now I have to tackle the ritual side of it, and that is the hardest part by far. Because,
Hmm.
well, not the hardest part, because like physical withdrawal is, it can kill you. That's why, you know, you have to
Right.
have medical supervision. But beyond, once you get past that, the breaking the cycle part is you're breaking a cycle of rituals built up around alcohol.
Yeah. Well, I know.
And the same thing is with smoking too. Like after I have a meal, I want a cigarette so bad. After sex, I want a cigarette. When I'm driving, I want a cigarette.
Yeah.
So
And it's also
yeah, rituals are powerful.
kind of social too. It's like if you see somebody else
Mm-hmm.
having a drink or having a smoke, like
Yeah.
in movies, it's like you're like, oh yeah, that would be good right now. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm so suggestible.
Yeah. And I think the inverse is definitely true with good, positive habits or rituals.
Yeah.
Um, the problem I tend to have with, because I can think of like prayer as, okay, a form of meditation, which is scientifically beneficial. Like we know that.
Uh,
Uh,
One thing I've gotten a lot of mileage out of is my sketchbook.
yeah.
Voila. Oh yeah. So I've been. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll probably talk about that sometime.
Uh, oh, you froze up.
Oh.
Oh, you're kind of back. Okay. You froze up there for a minute.
Yep.
Uh,
It doesn't like my artwork.
but yeah, I don't, some of the issues I take with religious ritual and religious belief in general is that I just don't think that there's anything supernatural going on. And, you
Hmm.
know, when people attach whatever their personal, you know, it might help them personally to feel better about the world, but then they take that extra step and they're like, well, this is the ultimate truth for everyone. And this is
Um.
the ultimate truth, which means you have to follow it. And
Well,
then we
yeah.
get into the
I guess.
territory of people telling me what to do.
Well, that's where I guess I probably differ from most Christians. It's like
Hmm.
to me the prayer you make, at least I guess for good health, it's like exercise, eating right. Like you don't pray to
Hmm.
God to fucking solve all your problems. You pray to God to
Yeah.
get your ass up and in the gym, in the sauna, fucking to eat your fucking vegetables.
Hmm. And that'd be great if that's what most Christians used prayer for, it, self improvement, whatever,
Right.
or even to just kind of emotionally deal with something. that's fine. I respect that because I do a form of that myself, even as an atheist. I just don't think that anything's listening other than my own mind.
Well, yeah,
But
it's. I guess I like to put it as like God doesn't give a shit about your beliefs. It's like we're all.
yeah, I would hope not. I mean, if there is a God, then best case scenario, I hope it's an indifferent God, because uh, if it's not, it's a pretty immoral deity, considering
Mm-hmm.
the problem of evil. But going back to the prayer thing, another issue I take with it is a lot of people use that to just kind of convince themselves of stuff they've already decided. They don't.
Yeah, I think,
It's like critical thinking. Like they're not
or lack
actually
thereof.
questioning. Yeah, they're not actually questioning their own behavior or beliefs. They're thinking it through to come up with a reason that they were right all along, instead of actually questioning whether or not they're right. And
yeah, that's backwards.
yeah. Plus, I just in a general sense, I don't think it's a good idea to encourage magical thinking, just generally. So, there's a lot of nuance to it.
There is, especially when people's intelligence can only, like, how much does grandma need to know about cell biology, like, or evolution? It's like probably none. But that on the flip side, it's like that doesn't mean it's not true.
Yeah, exactly. But then they would turn that argument around and say, well,
I don't know. It's like, I've been tiptoeing around that conversation with my parents for a long time.
Yeah. Well, there's no way to. It's a lifetime of circular logic that you're never going to break through. You can never logic someone out of a position that they didn't use logic to get into in the first place. It's just not going to happen. So I mostly just avoid those conversations altogether. Like, with my mother's very Christian too, and it comes up sometimes. And I just tell her, I'm like, look, as long as you're not judging me or telling me how to live my life, fine. And not just me, but other people, Don't be telling people, they're whatever, And don't vote according to your religion, please. Because they never get that right. If they did vote according to their religion, Bernie Sanders would be president. So,
if only.
Just saying.
But whatever.
Or Elizabeth Warren. That would have been my first choice.
Okay. Huh. Let me see. So back to fantasy, the theme of this podcast. I guess one movie that came up on the list that I really so Scanners came up on the list.
For fantasy?
I know, right? And was analyzing it or thinking about it, and I was thinking that, it's like the mechanism in the movie for Scanners is that it's like a chemical they inject in the womb, and the pregnant baby gets psychic powers. So it's like a sci-fi based, it's not fantasy based, as opposed to, because I know a lot of these genres get blended, especially with something like Star Wars.
I was going to bring up Star Wars, yeah.
That's pure fantasy. or I guess they call it space opera. Like,
Hmm.
yeah. So
Yeah, Star Wars, I never think of it as a sci-fi movie. I guess it's soft sci-fi in that, like, okay, it's a spacefaring civilization. That's
well,
about it.
it's usually backwards too. It's like they do whatever looks cool, and then they
Right.
go from there, and then they fill in the blanks to make it work. Like with the lightsabers. So they're just like,
Yeah.
okay, we want people to fight with swords of light, so we'll just do that, and then fill in, how that could possibly work. Which,
Right. Just like the prayer argument earlier. You decide what you want, and then you come up with all the reasons it's got to be true. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I've always argued that Star Wars is far more of a fantasy than it is anything else, because like there are hazy, you know, there's gray areas between sci-fi and fantasy, like a lot
mm.
of them. And
Well, yeah,
but Star Wars is mostly on the fantasy side. It literally has magic and wizards. Like,
yeah, the
I mean,
Force,
Obi-Wan Kenobi is basically Gandalf.
and I know it's like if like science can look like that though. Like,
Sure, yeah.
there's plenty of people who cannot tell the difference.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know I don't even know how many, dozens, maybe even hundreds of, because of where I live and where I work, of people that literally think vaccines are like black magic. There's an example right there.
Hmm.
Like, they, yeah, Jewish lasers and all that. It's all magic to them.
Okay, you were kind of cutting out there.
Yeah, you were too. So connection issue.
Hmm.
I was just saying. I know a lot of people who just equate technology with magic, especially when you get conspiracy thinking around it. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is getting weirder. It's like a lot
it
more
is.
computer based, and now we have AI that can
Yeah.
come up with a lot of very plausible sounding scenarios and theories.
Hmm.
And who knows if it's true or not. Let's
Well,
see.
anyway, Star Wars, definitely a fantasy movie.
Okay.
Um,
But I guess the whole reason I brought this up was I was watching an interview with Ari Aster, um, and he brought up Guy Madding.
okay.
He's a Canadian film director, and the movie I watched was like Ice Nymphs. So it was a very fairy tale, um, like real dreamlike. Yeah, I guess I did want to, because there does seem to be like I guess last week we were talking about Troy,
Hmm.
and like that is kind of a fantasy.
Yeah, it's a myth. Um, the
Well, I
the
guess
movie tries to ground everything. Like, they don't make Achilles literally the son of a goddess, but in the original myth, the gods are like all over the place doing stuff too. The movie tried to make it almost like it was a historical drama,
huh.
rather than a fantasy, which is what it, I think, originally was written as.
Yeah, I don't know, because a lot of those books, people interfere.
I can't tell if you're sitting really still or if you froze up. Okay.
I
You
was
froze up.
I was saying something. Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Oh, okay. I wanted to mention that.
And you're freezing again. Damn it.
I guess I'll just have to not use full screen. Is that better?
You think that's what did it?
I did
Yeah, that's better.
toggle. Okay, so I guess I'll have to keep it small. I wouldn't think that would make a difference though, but like what was I talking about?
Well, we were talking about Troy and
Oh, okay. So I wanted to mention
how
that
the movie
like a lot of those old manuscripts, it's like you can't really know who interfered and who made changes, and it's like I was thinking a lot of like Plato's Academy and stuff. They would have a structure of, like they'd have like a Plato person, and he just took the mantle of Plato, like no matter who it was.
right.
And so you couldn't tell with those manuscripts like what changes were made when, and it's like I know scholars have debated a lot of that, especially the books of the Bible.
Right.
But yeah, so it's like cities were like generational, like thousands of years of, fathers taking over or sons taking over for their father.
Right. Yeah, I was reading a while back about ancient civilizations and the idea of where did the people who lived in those cities and those civilizations think their city or their civilization even came from? Because there's cities that predate writing, so they basically probably thought that the city or the civilization always existed.
Maybe.
They had no concept of prehistory after a while.
It's like I know Plato, he specifically thought that it was a cycle of, you prosper for a while and then everything just gets destroyed and you start all over again.
Yeah.
But I think that's more of a Hindu thing with the Shiva.
Even Plato is a long time ago.
Oh yeah, it's like 2,400 years. But yeah, so I guess you've never heard of Guy Madding?
No, I haven't. I looked up his filmography real quick when you were frozen, and it was. I don't think I've heard of it.
Oh right, the one I watched had Shelley Duvall in it. So.
Oh no shit!
She played a psychopath sister that that was fun. She like murders her brother, or no, she like nails the spike into this old guy's head. Good stuff.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Let's see.
Any honorable mentions?
Let's see. Oh, hold on. I mean, yeah, there are tons. Well, I don't know about tons, but yeah, I know because we brought a lot of these up before. There's like Dark Crystal.
Yeah, we did.
Labyrinth.
Yep.
I don't think we've mentioned Highlander, but I've always enjoyed Highlander, even though it's kind of campy.
Yeah, I like Highlander. Yeah, well, I like camp. I embrace the camp.
Yeah. And then I guess like Conan the Barbarian's probably something that I probably should have put down.
Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah, the more I thought about the more I thought about it, my my top 3 is pretty solid. Let's go. It's kind of endless. Because yeah, Highlander, Conan. There's so many that I can't even
Yeah.
begin to list all of them.
Like the other two I had written down were Neverending Story and Willow.
Okay. And Willow?
Yeah. The movie, not the fucking stupid new
Frozen
remake they tried
again.
to do. So am I blah blah blah.
Okay. I think you're back. All right. uh, 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 yeah, Willow and Neverending Story are 2 of my honorable mentions as well. So,
Okay. You want to talk about any of those?
well, yeah. Willow, I have a whole childhood history with because I wasn't allowed to watch it. Um,
Really? Huh.
but I remember I lived across the street from it was like first grade, and my neighbors across the street, Timmy and Drew, and they were allowed to watch it. That's where I saw Beetlejuice for the first time. Was at their house because I wasn't allowed to watch it. Um, and I saw Willow at their house
Yeah.
because I wasn't allowed to watch Willow. And I remember, again, this is at the height of the Satanic Panic period, and we would play outside because we were first graders. We'd play outside in the yard, and tend to be like knights and wizards, and we had a name for our little game that we would play where I want to be a wizard, I want to be a knight, whatever, right?
Okay.
But I don't remember what the name was. It was like Wizards and Warriors or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And at one point, my parents heard us talking about, and we're just talking about playing outside,
Right.
heard us refer to the name of, our game that we would play outside, and they just lost their shit because they thought
Right.
that's Dungeons and Dragons. They're Satanists now. Oh my God, my first grader's a Satanist. So, but Willow is tied up in that period in my memory with me because,
Hmm.
of course, they love that movie, uh, because they were just big fantasy geeks,
Hmm.
and to me, it was like this dark secret world that was. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, well, this seems pretty fucking harmless.
Yeah.
Um,
That's how I
so
was about most
I don't,
everything.
I
But
don't get it. Yeah.
I do remember my parents freaking out over like Nintendo original 8-bit, like ghosts and goblins. Like it's these little sprites
Yep.
that are just, you can't even, you got to use your imagination quite a bit.
Yeah. The only reason you're seeing ghosts and goblins is because the front cover tells you that's what you should be seeing.
Yeah, they just look like green little stick blobs.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a whole list of video games I wasn't allowed. Like Castlevania was a big no no. Um, Ghosts and Goblins, I remember that one. It's a big no no. So, but yeah, Willow, which is funny because I was allowed to watch the Neverending Story for some reason. I think that came a little later than Willow, though.
I don't know,
So, didn't it?
honestly. I think one of them might have been PG and the other one was rated G. But
Yeah, I guess Neverending Story is more overtly for children
yeah, I think so. It's
than
been so
Willow.
long. It's like I just kind of remember
Yeah.
that stupid looking animatronic dragon or whatever it was.
Yeah, Sherlock. His name wasn't Sherlock, it was Falcor. But
Oh,
his face, like, remember our dog, Sherlock the really mean Lapso,
Huh.
the one. He looked, his face looked just like him.
Oh, okay. It's like you're freezing up, making very appropriate grimacing. Okay, there it goes.
You're freezing up too, so I don't know what you're saying. Yeah. Ugh. It was good there for a little while. Now it's getting all shitty again.
Okay. Because maybe it's telling us to wrap it from our last conversation, which I don't even know if I'm gonna. I probably will put it up there just
Mm-hmm.
to have it up there or have it out there. Because I'll probably just delete all
Yeah.
these when my laptop gets too full.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you can also do like private, set private videos on YouTube too if you don't want it to be published, but you just want a place to put it.
yeah, yeah. Well, I was thinking about having a backup place too, just in case YouTube gets
Yeah.
deleted or something. Because they do like have random ban hammers. You can't really predict, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like I'm not trying to do anything subversive, but I guess I'm just naturally the the archetypal what is it? Like,
Well,
I fit that
there's a word you
profile.
can't say on YouTube.
Uh-oh. Oh shit. See? Fucking myself already.
Yeah, like in the. That's funny. I don't know what you mean.
Well,
What?
so like the is like an engineering student, um, probably without a job.
Oh, you're saying you fit the profile.
Oh yeah. That's what I meant. Fit
Okay.
stereotype
Okay,
profile.
gotcha. Yeah,
Anyway,
well,
didn't really
I mean,
want
if
to.
we're talking about subversive, like, I would say in our conversations on camera, you definitely tend to be a lot more careful than I am. I'm just like, fuck it. I have thoughts and opinions about stuff.
Okay, well, good, because I
And
was gonna. There was something that came up that I was like, wait a minute, and like immediately I was gonna squash it, but then I thought,
mhm,
that's boring. I'd rather like investigate it, because like, what the fuck do I know?
yeah.
Um, so the thing in
Well,
question.
yeah, and
Go
I
ahead.
am who I am, and I'm passionate about certain topics, so they're gonna come out. So,
Well, I know when you kind of shotgun blast ideas that way,
mhm.
it there's some nuances that are left, uncovered. But
Sure, yeah,
okay. But I
and
guess,
it's
huh?
yeah. Go on.
Well, the thing in question was you said something about sexual orientation being determined at birth,
Hmm.
which I
Hmm.
was just trying to think about, like, how could that possibly work?
Well, I mean, if it's genetic, then
Okay,
that's
so
determined in the
that's
womb.
the angle you're coming from. Okay, because I know you mentioned you
Well, I'm
didn't believe in souls, so
right. Yeah.
it's like pre-programmed in your DNA.
I don't know if it goes that far down. I mean, I'm not a geneticist. I didn't get that far into uh, uh, that major before I realized I wasn't smart enough, and I moved on to political science. So I'm not,
Oh,
I can't really,
okay.
I'm not an authority. I just know that um, from what I understand, the scientific consensus is that sexual orientation is determined, you know, when you at birth, basically. Like you're
Huh.
just born that way.
Huh. Okay. Well, I mean,
Now, I
it,
do think that there can be imprinting type stuff. I think that people can develop certain paraphilias later. Um,
um, well,
like
I think I
I
know
had,
the scenario that, like, there was this doctor who, like, botched a sex, or, like, it's this famous experiment that kind of,
mhm,
like, I think a lot of people made conclusions that they probably shouldn't have. Like, it was a very
yeah,
specific scenario where it's like, this doctor fucked up this operation or a circumcision, I think, and they just so it was
hmm
like, okay, I guess we're gonna try to make this boy a girl, and
yeah,
like that didn't work, and like I think he committed
yeah,
suicide, um,
yeah,
eventually.
and that's I think that kind of supports what I'm saying. Well, we're talking about gender now, which is different from sexuality.
True.
But, you know, if we're talking about like the transgender experience, that's what they experience. They all experience that,
I mean,
um,
I guess
or a variation of that.
I know me specifically, it's like sexual orientation is such a nuanced,
It
like
is, yeah.
personal, like I can't just say I like guys or I like girls. It's like I like
Hmm
specific people and I don't really care, you know,
hmm
about the details.
Well, yeah, the detail of gender.
Well,
I
even
mean,
just like
yeah,
looks
sexuality is.
or, you know, it's like it's more like personalities and
Mhm.
maybe openness. Like,
I think I think they have a name for that. I think it's like sapiosexual or demisexual, something like that. That is a thing
okay. Well, I mean, I
where.
know it's like, because I'm like practically celibate. It's like, I'm not like
Mhm.
actively seeking, you know, sexual interaction. Um,
Right.
but,
Well, yeah, and
yeah, I guess my,
it is complicated and nuanced. Like even my own sexuality, like I just say as a catch-all, I'm bisexual, right? But
Mhm.
um, you know, I that doesn't mean that I like men and women equally. Like I
Right.
definitely find women more appealing.
Well, I
And
know it's like just being in this body. Like I notice,
mhm,
like my radar, um, is like wired towards women. It's like I just like
sure,
notice them more and things like the smell specifically is probably the pivotal thing. It's like because how can you be attracted to
yeah.
somebody you don't like the smell of? Like I just
Oh
don't.
yeah, that's totally a thing. Like
Well,
that's funny
it's like
because
hormones.
one of my one of my biggest turnoffs with men, it's not necessarily like, of course, this is with everybody, male or female, non-binary, whoever. If you have bad hygiene, I'm not interested. But the classically male scented like cologne, I hate it. It's a turnoff for me. I don't like. Now if it's just a dude fresh out of the shower, like, all right, yeah, I'm down, but that is a different smell than a woman.
Right.
um it
Yeah,
is
it's like
hormonal or
Axe
something,
body
I guess, but
spray and Old Spice and all
yeah,
those.
oof,
Well, I mean,
yeah,
even
I don't like
perfume I don't
that.
like. It's like
A lot of
it's
perfumes I don't like. Some
overpowering.
perfumes I do really like. But yeah, if it's overpowering, whatever. But if we're just talking like the scent of a person, um, clean,
Hmm.
yeah, I like either.
Huh.
Um, but I'm also not romantically attracted to men.
Hmm.
That's another like nuance to my sexuality where um like I can't see myself falling in love with a dude. I'm not opposed to the idea. I'm not like,
Yeah.
but I just can't really, not really, I don't know. I'm just not interested. Um, I just like having sex with them.
Huh.
But women, I have more of a romantic connection to.
Okay,
So
so I
heteromantic, I
guess
guess.
what do you mean by romance? Because it's like I thought sex
Like,
was a big part of that.
no, sex is a huge part of romance. It's a big, important part of romance, unless you're both asexual. But um,
Well, I guess with asexual,
they
there's
can be
some
separate.
nuance to that because,
Yeah, like,
like in biology, it means that, like you're a self-replicating slug, and that's not a human thing.
what are you talking about asexuality?
Well, yeah, you can't unless like we're talking about like the Virgin Mary, like somehow.
No, asexuality is it's a thing.
Well, no,
Some people
I'm
just
I'm just saying that there's
aren't
some
sexual.
some language problems with that term specifically, and it's yeah, I
Well,
guess
yeah, because you're
I
thinking
think of
of
it
it.
more as like non-sexual, celibate, like just
Yeah. Well, I mean, but I think the term makes sense if we're talking about a sexual orientation, because it is
okay.
a sexual orientation. Is that they don't have one. Basically, they're just not sexual. They don't have a sex drive or something. I don't know. I don't understand asexual people. I just
Hmm,
accept that they exist because they say they
okay.
do. But um,
I know my niece. Well, they. So I'm not really sure what to call on the niece or nephew department, but yeah, I think they're
yeah.
just so grossed out by the physical aspect of it, like just getting
Hmm.
sweaty and humping like it's like a ridiculously athletic. And for someone who's like never exercised a day in their life, I could see how
Hmm.
you could be scared of that. But it seems more like I would see it as an obstacle you need to get past rather than just
Well,
throw
that
up your hands and give up.
if that's what it is, I mean,
True.
if that's what it is. But yeah, I do believe that asexual people exist because I've met them, and especially they're in queer spaces because they are a they're not straight people, so
Yeah,
we
that
kind
is
of
kind of
accept
weird.
them into our community. But um, anyway, where was I? Oh, so going back to kind of the topic,
Yeah.
the original topic of like things that are determined in the womb. I think that uh, overall sexuality, your overall sexual orientation is
Well, are you talking
developed
about
before you're born.
if I guess if it's going to be ovaries or if you're going to have a penis? Because I mean, like yes,
Well, that's sex and gender, though. That's not sexual orientation. I'm
okay,
saying,
because I know about that. It's like that was in
yeah,
human
no, that's
physiology,
not what I'm talking about.
and okay, because
Yeah,
I was just gonna say that
I'm talking
there's
about,
like 1,000 things that can go wrong between
yeah,
that.
sure. But there's whether you like, whether you're turned on by men or women
Oh,
or both is determined in the womb.
okay.
Now, like I said earlier, I think that there are certain paraphilias that can develop because of experiences later, but they're not the overall sexuality. Like an example, I really like women's feet.
Okay.
And I think that that is an imprint from an experience I had during puberty.
Huh.
it was one of my first sexual encounters with a woman,
Ah,
and
okay.
it stuck in my brain as like, that's fucking hot. I like that. And
Huh.
now I just appreciate women's feet. So I don't know if that would have developed. Maybe it would have later on, regardless. Maybe
Mhm.
it was developed in part of my sexuality before I was born, but I definitely feel like it was imprinted then,
Okay.
because of that experience I had. Now, me liking men and women, like that's just always been a natural thing with me. Um,
Hmm.
I don't think there's any one experience that influenced that. Uh,
Yeah, I don't know.
in fact, my first encounter with a man was, obviously it was an encounter that was not going to happen unless I was curious already. But we're
Yep.
talking the 90s in a
Huh.
very conservative area in a very conservative household. So I definitely was already like kind of accepting that, okay, this is definitely a part of me. This So I
Hmm.
tried it out, and that all that did was confirm it. Like, okay, yeah, I'm bisexual, clearly. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's sexuality is a fascinating topic,
Yeah,
but
and I'm still not. I guess I'm not convinced of the science one way or another.
yeah.
But
Well, I mean, read up on it.
well, that's the thing. It's like I have, and like still, I don't think there's a good answer.
Hmm.
But it
Hmm.
has been a while. It's been like 5 years or so. So
Yeah,
maybe I don't know. I guess if I cared more about it, I would. But I got too many other spinning plates. So,
yeah. I mean, as long as you're not, trying to pass laws that tell me what I can and can't do based on it, I don't really
yeah, yeah.
care.
I was thinking about
Um,
the like when we head to the Rocky Horror Picture Show and
mhm.
fully costumed. It's like, well, we'll see if we can get a freedom of speech thing going in the Supreme Court. Like, go ahead, arrest me.
Yeah, yeah. Arrest me. I don't care. Fuck you. Um,
Yep. Oh, that
I
does
mean, that's
remind
that's a
me.
thing. I'm one of those militant queers, though. Like, I'll throw a brick at a Proud Boy. So
Well,
I'll start some shit.
I almost did something similar to that, like last week or the week before. It's like I was in Wichita Falls, and I was
Uh huh.
at the YMCA, and I guess I just like walking around neighborhoods, and it happened to be a like
Sure.
super Christian neighborhood, like a giant fucking church and like some
Ew.
uh well, I mean whatever. But
I would
it's
feel unsafe.
well, nobody was outside. So besides
Yeah.
like utility air conditioned repairman. But it's like I come across
Hmm.
this lake or pond or whatever, and they have all these obnoxious fucking no fishing signs for residents only, or you know. And so I was
Yeah.
like, my instinct was just to rip all those up or to paint. Like I have this like, well, it's around here somewhere, like some hot pink washable neon paint.
Hmm.
Put like upside down crosses on them or whatever. So like, Satan lives here, you fucking hypocrites. But
So you have an activist deep down inside somewhere.
well, that's the thing. I stopped a minute because I couldn't really get the sign out, so that was one hurdle. And
You
then
mean you actually tried?
yeah, I did. And then I kind of
Oh,
sat back, and then
okay.
I drew a little thing in my sketchbook of it, and I was like, well, hey,
Yeah.
if I ever get around to making a movie or something, that can be a scene. And I can point out the
Maybe not deep down in
uh,
as deep as we thought, because like you had the thought
yeah.
and then you did action based on the thought. So you actually started to do the thing,
Right.
which
And
is,
then I got a little deterred, because
yeah,
I would have to go back to my car, which was like a block away, and so I
it's
was
too
just
much
like,
work for too small of a statement.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And plus, like
yeah.
when I was walking around the park, I noticed that they had like a backup supply of signs, because
Those fuckers.
apparently, I wasn't the first one to have this bright idea. Because I mean, they were like
Oh yeah,
solid scrap metal, right? Like you could probably make 10, $20 the scrap yard for that.
oh yeah,
They might
yeah.
look at you funny. I don't know. I guess I never
But the very
committed.
nature of signs, no matter
Yeah.
what the message is, someone's going to be angry at it. So, it makes sense that if you have a sign, you need a backup sign because people don't like signs.
Yeah. It's like, why are you making me read and ruining the ambiance or the atmosphere?
I'm just trying to have a walk here. I don't want declarative statements. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, just the hypocrisy of it too. It's like
yeah,
we're in these rich fucking mansions and like, fuck off, this is my pond.
yeah, of course. Because,
Because
those are the people that are
we're
the,
good Christians. We
yeah,
value charity.
sure. They're the ones that are always, they're the safest people on the planet, but they're the most afraid
Of everything, right?
of of everything, and they're the most persecuted in their own minds. Like,
Well, that's because,
upper class white Christian people are the most victim mentality. They think they're the most persecuted people ever. And that's why they fight tooth and nail against equity, because
I mean, there was,
they're so
like
privileged.
those 200 years between the
Mm,
Catholics and the Protestants that they were literally like crucifying each other, crushing them under rocks and crazy shit.
yeah, in the 1500s,
Well, I mean,
you know?
it was like 200 years of, uh,
Sure.
PTSD, DNA, scars.
Right. But
Going
now
back to
they
our
are the
conversation.
biggest and most successful religion in the area they live. Now, of
Yeah.
course, if you take a Christian and you put them in a Muslim majority country, it's probably going to be pretty uncomfortable for that Christian. But in a
Mhm.
rich, upper class, white neighborhood in modern America, you're the most privileged, pampered fuckers on the planet.
Yep.
And they still think that they're being persecuted because I, in my fucking studio apartment, might have sex with a guy at some point. That somehow affects them. I'm persecuting them.
Yep. It'll
It's,
destroy society.
yeah, when you get to that level of privilege, equality just looks like persecution to them. It's pathetic. Just leave people alone. We don't want your fucking pond, all right?
Well, I didn't have
Nobody
my
wants your
fishing pole,
pond.
so I don't know. I guess I could have tried to catch some fish.
Yeah, yeah, and then you probably would have run into some George Zimmerman type that's gonna fucking shoot you.
Oh, I mean, I think it was only old ladies that were, can't go outside because it's like 110 degrees out. But I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like maybe they
yeah,
could have sniped me from.
that's another thing that I will admit I find very strange, that you would go for a walk
Oh, I'm
in the
crazy.
summer.
So
That
it's like
is
I
very bizarre behavior to
I
me.
I guess that's why I'm on the to watch list too.
Yeah, you'll have to bleep out the T word.
I probably should. I
Yeah,
don't. Maybe I'll just have it unlisted. So I think this
bleep it
is.
out. It'll actually be funny if you bleep it out.
Oh, oh yeah. That's a good point. Because that is so true. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I guess we've kind of, I don't know, this inner desire to tie everything together. But I guess everything does feel like it's interconnected. But I guess I was kind of digging into like fantasy, and I guess what I had in mind is kind of a Tolkien inspired fantasy, is kind of what I peg as fantasy. Like you got your
Yeah, same.
wizards and elves and dwarves,
Hmm.
and I I guess I was kind of wondering about because I wanted to bring up William Blake and Albion,
Hmm.
like his kind of like he was trying to give England its own mythos, I suppose.
Right.
Um, and then I guess there's Yeats with Irish folklore and fairies, and that gets into like American gods, which I guess that's kind of cheating because it he blends everything together.
Yeah.
So I guess that was one of my honorable mentions, and it probably would be on my list if it they actually finished the fucking thing instead of just
Yeah.
cancel it. Because I mean, it
Um,
was decent.
yeah. Yeah. I went the route of kind of your Tolkien-esque high fantasy for uh
Well,
most of my
I think
list.
Star
But
Wars
there's
is
uh
kind of a branch off of that too. Like
yeah,
I
and
know,
we talked about that in our
right,
first attempt, and I was saying I view Star Wars as more fantasy than sci-fi, definitely.
right.
Um,
I guess the only
because it
thing is
even
it kind of feeds back into, I guess, the modern like wizardry and Dungeons and
mhm,
Dragons. It's like it's definitely influenced by Star Wars too.
sure, yeah. Um, well, and you know, Star Wars has magic and it has wizards. They just call it something else.
Yeah,
Um,
the Force.
yeah, and but even then, like the story elements, the beats of the story follow a very classical sort of fantasy story.
Hmm.
Um, you
Yeah.
know, you've got Luke Skywalker, and he's the farmer kid, and he's never traveled very far, just like Frodo. You know, and then
Hmm.
he meets Obi-Wan Kenobi, who's basically Gandalf, and then they go fight evil. You know, then you got a rogue with Han Solo. You've got
Ah, right.
arguably the barbarian type character with Chewie. You got a princess. She's literally called Princess. So
Right.
yeah, it's fantasy.
Yep. Very much so. Um.
Whereas Star Trek, I think, is much closer to now that's sci-fi. Um, as
Yeah.
far as the
It's
tropes and the cliches.
yeah. Maybe even more hard sci-fi, I guess, because they like consider actually equations and like the speed of light
Yeah,
and things like that. Although, anyway, we're still
yeah.
still talking about fantasy. We'll get to Star Trek one of these days.
Mm, uh, uh, one of my honorable mentions is, I think, very in line with the Tolkien style of high fantasy. That's Willow, um,
Yeah.
which I think I told the story before of that being one of those movies I was definitely not allowed to watch.
Which is weird because
Um,
it's not that bad. I guess I don't get what
yeah,
they were upset about, other than maybe some cover artwork or something. I don't know.
Well, it has magic in it, and that's a big no-no in an evangelical household. No magic,
Did it?
which is funny because they
I guess I don't remember the
they all
magic. I remember
saw
the
magical
dragon, but
yeah, isn't there like it's like an evil wizard or something, right? It's been a long time since I watched Willow.
okay. I thought it was a dragon. So, oops.
There's like trolls. I don't know. It's something. It's not like my parents watched the movie
Right.
and decided no. They saw a trailer, heard about it, and they were like, "Oh, it's fantasy, which
I don't know.
equals wizards and shit." And that's
Maybe
evil.
they didn't even do that much work. It's like they just got a feeling.
Probably not. Yeah, probably. I mean, it is all based on feels, but they were familiar enough with it to know that it like to keep saying no, you can't watch that movie, and here's why. Because it has magic in it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I did end up getting to watch it without my parents knowing at my friend's house across the street.
Yeah,
And
I had
that's
that
also
friend.
where I saw Beetlejuice. But and I do remember there was a part of the movie that did kind of freak me out a little bit because I don't get exposed to that stuff. But it's like a troll or something gets killed, but then its body like turns into a two-headed dragon somehow. I don't quite remember, but that's sort of I just remember that scene kind of freaking me out as a kid. But also another reason they probably objected to the movie is that stylistically, you just take one look at it and it is reminiscent of Dungeons and Dragons, which, I mean, that was their big. They were terrified of Dungeons and Dragons.
Right. Going back to Tom
It's-
Hanks and the mazes and
Yeah, Mazes and Monsters, the whole Satanic Panic thing. Do you remember? Oh, you probably don't because we probably stopped watching it by the time you and I were friends. But there was this Christian singer. His name was Carmen, right? And he was real big in the early '90s, and he would put out these tapes, these VHS tapes that were just his music videos, right?
Okay.
And his music videos were always like these little movies. And one of them is a bullshit story about how he gets an invitation from a witch to just meet and talk, right? So he goes to this guy's house, and the guy just starts, being a Christian straw man. And like, your God is dead, blah, 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 and I can do magic and whatever, right?
Huh.
And it's so funny because when he walks into the straw man's house, he's describing all of the most terrifying things to an evangelical Christian in the 90s. And it's like he had a pentagram on the wall and colored candles. Dungeons and Dragons games laid out on the table, and a cauldron, and like
tarot cards.
It's so funny because all of it fit. Like, okay, the guy's a witch, right? So he's got spooky witch stuff, and then a board game, but that's equated with a bubbling cauldron and a frog and like. Demon stuff. Like it's
like they
so silly.
Yeah, they don't remember specifics. They just remember spooky weirdness. and fill in the blanks.
It's like, and they couldn't even. It's so funny because in the video, I have gone back as an adult and watched it years and years later. In fact, Red Letter Media has an episode where they cover one of his music videos.
Huh.
It wasn't that one; it was a different one. But that was crazy to see, like oh shit, they're covering something from my childhood. But there's when they film that scene, they make everything else look spooky and kind of satanic or whatever.
Mhm.
But then when they focus on the Dungeons and Dragons game, it's the real game. They have the real book sitting there with a couple of the dice, and
Yep.
it just looks like a board game. There's nothing spooky about it. It's so silly. They couldn't even dress it up. Get a leather bound thing or something, make it look scary. But they
Like
use the
the
real books, which aren't scary.
Necronomicon.
Anyway, that's my rant on it. So they connect Willow, I think, to Dungeons and Dragons because I can't express enough how terrified my parents were of Dungeons and Dragons in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
They
Well, I
never
know
shut up about it. They were obsessed with it.
It does kind of create that taboo effect, too.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're
But
like...
now I want to do it more. Yeah.
Or you're doing something that's forbidden.
Yeah. Yeah. Like gay sex.
Yep.
That's what Dungeons and Dragons leads to, man. Shit turns you gay.
Uh-oh. But yeah, I guess you haven't read any Albion with the William Blake
I
stuff?
haven't.
Okay.
I've heard of it. Like
Yeah.
it's on my radar, and I'm pretty sure you gave me.
Yeah, there's a book or two that I
you,
couldn't read. Like it's got...
Why couldn't you read it?
I got too much. It's like
Just too much on your plate. I get it.
Yeah, just too busy.
Yeah, and I've perused it. It's mostly poems. But no, I haven't read that other one.
Yeah, it's because I wasn't sure like where to stick this in, but it's like there's these...
I've heard that before.
Anyway, so there's these soundtracks for movies by a band, Ulver.
Okay.
And they're for movies that like don't exist. But William Blake is one of their better ones. Although Perdition City is kind of it reminds me of Blade Runner for some reason. I don't know if it's the album artwork or what, the kind of synthwave type music they do. Because they started out as like a death metal band, and then they got all kind of Depeche Mode-y. But it's like, I love them.
So they got better. Okay.
Whatever. I think they had that teenage angst, or yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why they stopped making that kind of music. I guess they were just like, okay, nailed it. It was like,
maybe. I mean, my favorite band, Portishead, they took their third album, I think it's their third, was very different than the rest of their stuff. Like they not completely, but they almost completely switched genres, and I just
well, I know
really interested after that.
At least when I make music, I don't have a genre in mind. Like I'm just making music. Like noises, but I push a button, it's like, oh, it's like, where does that go? I don't know. Stick it over here.
Much more of an organic process, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, so I guess I don't know if school helps with that or not. But I guess a lot of it is just playing with your tools.
Okay.
I mean, I don't... How did we end up here? Anyway, this band is fantastic. So
Yeah. It's okay. I am
And
a child at heart. Like,
yeah,
you give me a chance, I'll do the That's What She Said. I can't help it.
yeah, but I guess specifically like William Blake, The Marriage of Heaven and Hell
Mhm.
is a fantastic album. You can listen to it on YouTube. It is one of their
Okay.
longer. It's like a double CD thing, so it's like hour and a half or something like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's like because I mean most of the lyrics are them just reading the book, so kind of putting the
Yeah.
poetry to
Yeah. To
rhythm.
music.
Right.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, do you have any honorable mentions?
Um, let's see. I was still looking into Guy Madding. I guess I mentioned the what was it called? It was like
Mhm.
yeah, there was another one of his movies I was gonna look into called The Forbidden Room because the Tale of the Ice Nymphs is like from 1997. So he's done fucking a lot of movies.
Yeah, I
Twilight,
remember looking them up, and
Twilight of the
it's
Ice
quite a
Nymphs.
quite
Well,
a long list.
there are a lot of short films in here too, so that kind of skews things. Oh, there's William Blake. Okay, so I guess moving on to our next topic. I guess I wanted
Mhm.
to. I guess I had an
Oh, okay.
honorable
I thought
mention.
you were looking for something.
Well,
Hmm.
I was trying to track down my thoughts, which are all over the place. Too much coffee, but so I did watch The Fall. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I guess that's
Was
kind
that?
of
Did I recommend that to you?
yeah, you brought it up, and then I went and watched it, and I was
Okay.
like, oh, I've seen this before, and it was like,
Oh, that's funny.
well, I mean, I think I was really high when I watched it the first time, and because I didn't
Mm.
remember half of it, but it's like yeah, it was all right. I guess that's why I wanted it's an honorable mention. Decent enough story.
Yeah, I'll throw that in as an honorable mention too. I think what I liked about it, I really like movies about storytelling or stories about storytelling
Mhm.
that kind of celebrate the art of storytelling and why
Yeah.
it's, you know, such a kind of precious part of being a human.
Hmm.
Which is, I mean, that's what movies are. It's storytelling, but uh, I like it when, yeah, I love that movie because it's just about kind of the power of what a good storyteller can do.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
you know,
I guess I enjoyed it for the most part, but it's like what is it? Del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth. Like it kind of
mhm.
reminded me of a kind of a cheap Pan's Labyrinth, but
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
a little
kind of unfair, but
brighter.
yeah. Well, I know
Um,
it's like Pan's Labyrinth has everything that like I'd look for in a movie. It's like got the
mhm.
crazy or in a fantasy movie specifically. It's like
Sure.
it's got the big dark um costume or creatures like that are just, out there.
Yeah, the creature design is great.
Well, not only that, but their presentation is like I don't know if they
mhm.
had like actual practical. Um,
I think it was a mix.
okay, but yeah,
Um,
it was done very well.
yeah, I think that's actually a good transition. I'll skip over a few of my honorable mentions and I'll mention them later. I'll work them in, but um, I'll just go straight to my number three because that is Pan's Labyrinth.
Okay,
So
well yeah, that was mine too.
yeah,
Okay,
okay. So we got a match. Every once in a while we get one of those. It's match number two. So that's good.
but yeah, I mean, because it, I guess when I think of like Dark Crystal and Labyrinth and the
Hmm.
Never-Ending Story, and it's like those elements are there, but they're just I don't know if it's the PG ness of it. It's like I do like
Yeah,
blood and guts and gore.
yeah. I'm not like I'm not a gore hound. I'm not huge, even as a horror fan. I'm not. It's not that I don't like it. It's that I don't need it. I'm like, okay, if it serves a purpose in the story, and in Pan's Labyrinth, it does serve a purpose. Like there is a point to it being as gruesome as it is, um, and it doesn't shy away from it, nor should it, because I mean, not to get political, but the movie is a very anti-fascist movie, and if you're going to be making a movie about, or at least not necessarily directly about fascism, but if fascism is a part of your story, I think you got to show how horrific these people really are, and the movie did. Um,
Right.
but it also, it's like with The Fall. The thing I love the most about it is that it's a celebration of storytelling, and it's um, she's not necessarily storytelling, even though she is like she's telling this story to herself as a way to cope and creating this fantasy world as a way to cope with just a really really dark situation, um, and the way that it blends her trauma into this narrative that she has going on, because I do, for the record, I do think it's all in her head. um,
Wait,
it's
what do you mean?
kind of ambiguous in the movie. I don't think any of the like the fawn that visits her little mission with finding
Oh, well,
the key and all of that stuff.
she did have a
I don't
problem with
think.
truth, so it seemed like a very
Well,
fuzzy
yeah.
concept for her.
Um, I think all of the if you look at the movie again, and I could be wrong because been a long time since I watched it all the way through,
Yep.
but I'm pretty sure none of the adults see what she's experiencing directly. There's the mandrake root underneath the bed, but that's still told from her perspective. From the adult perspective, it's just a root.
Wait a minute.
But
Are we talking about Pan's Labyrinth or are we talking about The Fall?
Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
Yeah. Right. That one also does have a little girl in it. Yeah. It's like you said. It's very reminiscent. They're very reminiscent of each other. But yeah, I'm on Pan's Labyrinth right now.
Okay.
I think all of Ophelia, I think, is the girl's name in Pan's Labyrinth. All of her experiences in the fantasy realm didn't actually occur. I don't think any of that's actually real. I think it's a trauma response and a coping mechanism. That's why as she's dying at the end, spoiler alert, but as she's dying at the end, it's like the ultimate, fantasy, because she's fucking dying and still coping. And she gets to come home and be a princess or queen or whatever it was. But, in the end, it's just a fascist piece of shit who murdered a bunch of people, including a little girl. That's all it is. It's just, but we see it through her lens and how she copes with all of it. And I think, I don't know, it's just kind of, it's beautiful and tragic and horrific, and I love it.
Yeah, I should probably watch it again, but say that way too much.
Well, what did you what landed it at number 3 for you? Like, what did you like about it?
I think the character design or the monster design, like. Yeah, it's just like when I think of that movie, that's what sticks with me.
Yeah.
Just the.
Well, I mean, that's fair. That's.
I love a good monster design.
McConnell. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not making any political statement, but that thing looks like Mitch McConnell.
I guess I don't remember.
Do a Google image search real quick for Mitch McConnell and tell me he doesn't look like that fucking monster.
Oops. I'll be damned.
Yeah, see?
Wow. Maybe I should bring.
It had to have been intentional. It's too much of a resemblance.
Huh.
Anyway. Yeah, that thing's really creepy.
2006.
But it's a fun design with the eyes and the. Reminds me of there was a cartoon, Real Monsters, I think. It was like a Nickelodeon cartoon back in the 90s.
Huh.
And there was one of the characters like held his own eyeballs up above his head.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. Let's see. Well, I guess we didn't really specifically talk about any D&D movie, but I think we talked about this one before, but it's the Honor Among Thieves. I guess that's my number 2.
That is a great pick. Like, definitely an honorable mention. Have you played much D&D?
I have not. I played more of the video games. It's like, but yeah, as far as tabletop goes, we've kind of skirted around it.
Like play sometime.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the movie does such a good job of balancing fan service, because if you play D&D and you're familiar with the actual lore, the movie's even more fun. But it doesn't go all. It doesn't do too much fan service where someone who doesn't play the game is alienated. You can still enjoy it, and you can still. But you know, when I hear like the mention like Mordenkainen or something, I'm like, ooh, that's from the game, you know. Plus, that is just an entertaining fucking movie. That movie is so much fun.
Very well done, especially for that kind of movie. It's like you would never. I never expected it to be that good. So.
Yeah, and the humor. I mean, it has so many laugh out loud moments. It feels like the humor of a Marvel movie, but done better. And not to say that there aren't, like, there's plenty of Marvel movies that have humorous moments that I really genuinely laugh at and find
I thought
funny.
That was more of like a James Gunn thing. Like Guardians of the Galaxy is probably what you're...
Well, that's a Marvel movie, yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, wasn't that written by James Gunn? It's like his pacing and...
I believe so, yeah.
And decisions and all that. So it's like
Yeah, and I was gonna say,
I think that's more him than Marvel can give credit.
yes, but the other Marvel movies try that. You know, they all have that in them. That attempt at kind of
Yeah,
um
I guess Iron Man
snarky, and
with Robert Downey Jr.
yeah, you're naturally going to get some of that because that's just his screen presence is
Yeah,
sarcastic. Um, like you just see a picture of that guy and you're like, that's a sarcastic prick. But and I mean that as a compliment. But then you had Joss Whedon do the Avengers, which is the big, you know, the big Marvel movie of the time at least. And he was known for writing snarky, humorous dialogue. You know, it's all
yeah.
through Buffy.
Well, I guess
And
I thought,
that's why they
did
got
he do
James Gunn later to
Firefly?
do, I think.
Oops.
But anyway, point being, they put all that stuff through the Marvel movies, and not all of it works. In Dungeons and Dragons, all of the humorous elements worked for me. I don't think there was anything I didn't appreciate when it came to the humor. And it was cast perfectly.
Yeah.
What was the bad guy's? Was it Hugh Grant? That was Hugh Grant, wasn't it? That played the bad guy.
I am blanking.
Yeah. Yeah, Hugh Grant. I was blanking on his name, and then I convinced myself I was thinking of a different British actor.
Right. Bradley Cooper, Chris Pine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Hugh Grant. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. I mean, just casting him in a fantasy movie is, you wouldn't expect it. You wouldn't expect to see him, and then there he is, and
He's
he's
kind of a rom-com
hilarious.
guy.
Yeah, he's kind of the rom-com guy, and at least of our generation. And to see him in this and then play a villain, and he did such a good job because he's so like smarmy and gross, and he's so hateable, but he's really funny. And of course, Chris Pine is hilarious. And then you got the scene with Bradley Cooper, Minnie Cooper, which is quite fun. Was during the scene where they're doing the waking the dead spell, but they can only ask so many questions, and they keep fucking that up.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Like there's the part where one of them, he said, like, was that 2 or 3 questions, and he just says, I'm bad at counting, and falls back down. I remember my brother, and my brother's hard to get a laugh out of. That dude fucking wheezed it. Something about that scene got to him so much. He wheezed and was like crying with laughter when that happened. And
that's a healing laugh.
The comedic payoff for that had built up through the whole sequence. So, yeah, great movie.
Cool.
Great choice.
Yeah, you remembered more of it than I did. I guess I was just googly-eyed for Michelle Rodriguez.
Hey. Whew, that is fair. Because that woman is... I like a woman with muscles. So, you know. Yeah, that's totally fair.
Okay, so what's your number 2, I guess? Think we're...
I was also really into that Red Witch lady. Something about like a sickly bald woman. I don't know. Anyway.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, my number 2, well, she was the one they had the big battle with at the end.
Okay. It's like I guess I've seen so many Marvel movies, they all kind of blur together. It's like
Yeah, that's fair.
big final battles, like yeah, whatever.
My number two is, I believe, part of an earlier list that we've done. I can't remember which one though, or maybe I've just mentioned it. But Princess Bride is my number two.
Oh, okay. No surprise. Well,
Oddly enough, for some reason, I was allowed to watch that one as a kid. I think maybe it's because they just couldn't avoid it because it was always on TV.
I don't know. I guess
Um,
either that or fairy tales are fine, fantasy bad.
yeah, which is funny because, I mean, they're pretty much the same thing. They're just slightly stylistically different.
Yeah, that's
Um,
yeah. If there was a nuance, it's lost on me.
oh yeah, I don't know. But for some reason, they didn't have a problem with that movie. Maybe because it's very light on the magical stuff or something. I don't know. Um, in fact, does it even have any? You've got Miracle Max with his pill, but yeah, I don't know.
Huh.
Anyway, uh,
Well, what?
I've
I guess you reminded me of a movie that is like, what is it? Puff the Magic Dragon or Pete the Magic Dragon? It's like that was the one Disney movie that my parents like didn't
Pete's
know.
Dragon. Is that what it's called?
Could have been. I don't like. Never a big fan.
Yeah.
It was just
Hmm.
like my parents out of like Disney movies like that was like the one they didn't own.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Because for the same reason.
I don't know. It's like maybe that was part of the marijuana panic. I don't know.
Yeah, the whole Puff the Magic Dragon. Yeah. Hmm. I can see like a cartoon image in my head, but I'm not familiar. There was like a Puff the Magic Dragon movie or show, so
Yeah,
I'm
think
I
pretty
feel
sure
like
it
I
was
can
a
see the
movie.
cover.
May have been a show because I thought a
Yeah.
lot of the Disney stuff was anyway.
Hmm. Um. Yeah. Anyway, Princess Bride is, it's another one that I guess you can say is a celebration of storytelling. It's a grandpa telling a story. Um.
Oh,
I didn't realize how many of those were on my list, but yeah.
well, what are grandpas for?
Yeah. And another one where all the humor for me hits. I mean, it's very very well written, very well acted when it comes to just how kind of light and humorous it is.
Yeah, yeah, it has a lighthearted mood about it.
Yeah, yeah. It's just it's a comfort movie.
Hmm. Okay.
So
Well, I mean, I know we've already talked about it before, so I don't. Nothing new comes to mind,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
which
We've
is
we've talked about it before. It's a classic. You know.
yeah, because I'm thinking the same thing with my number one, although because it's an anime like Goblin Slayer, but
Okay.
um, it's like we've talked about it before. So one
Hmm.
we maybe have talked to I don't have we talked about dorohedoro?
I don't know.
It's on Netflix. It's one of the more out there animes, but it's good.
Okay.
Um, and very magical. Lots of,
Hmm.
and it's like mushrooms and um, necromancy and weirdness. It's like a, like there's, it's one of those weird animes that it has no main character, but you want every character to succeed, even though they're fighting
Okay.
each other. Like it's like I don't know how they did it, but yeah, it's like
Yeah,
I'm
I like stories
rooting
like
for
that.
everybody, and of
Yeah,
course that's not gonna happen because it can't.
yeah. I mean, I guess it could. They could all just decide to chill out and talk it out and
Yeah,
become
get
friends.
get high on shrooms. I don't know because it's like
Yeah.
I guess the main villain is
Hmm.
kind of like this megalomaniac, fucking power hungry, wants to take over the world type, and he has these two assassins working for him, and they're
Hmm.
trying to track down some lost magic art. It's um, like a girl and a guy with a lizard head. like
Okay.
like he can't use magic, and the girl has sworn off magic because she has some mysterious past with it where she like blew up the universe or something, like destroyed a whole town or like I don't know, I'm getting it all mixed up. But
Hmm.
but yeah, just such lovable characters. Like they're all fun and unique.
Yeah. I'll have to check it out when I renew my Netflix at some point. Someday I'll
Yeah,
renew it.
they used to be a lot easier to pirate. I don't know if they what happened.
Yeah.
They fixed the leak on that. So I'm
Yeah.
having a hard time.
I do want to renew my Netflix because, I want to finish Better Call Saul. I never finished it. I want to watch
That's finished?
that one that everybody's talking about, the League of Legends one. I can't think of
No,
the name of it.
I haven't
I
seen it.
want to watch that because people are raving about it, and
Mm.
I want to check out
It's
some
like
other stuff. But
I know the video game, and so I'm just kind of like I don't I can't
yeah,
imagine a possible anime that would be good with those characters, but maybe it's my
from my
lack of
understanding, I think it's
imagination.
totally separate from the. I keep saying League of Legends only because I can't remember the name of the Arcane. That's the name of the show.
Okay,
Um,
because I
if
thought it
I'm,
was with like Jinx. Um,
I don't know.
there's a
I don't know
blue-haired
any of the.
punk girl
Oh,
shoots
maybe it does then.
rockets.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the game. I just know that people talk about it like it really doesn't have much to do with the game at all.
Okay,
Um,
yeah,
so
I
I don't
know.
know.
Yeah, it's one of those conquest games. It was like based off I think not Warhammer, but I guess Warcraft is a knockoff of Warhammer. So,
Uh-huh.
but
Hmm.
it was like they made a mod where you would get the heroes from Warcraft and fight each other. And you'd have little minions and
Oh.
like and
Hmm.
but it's like basically like they create characters just to have a reason to fight.
Yeah.
Lots of stupid
Yeah.
drama and
Well,
silliness.
when I get around to watching it, I'll report back, tell you what I thought.
Okay,
It's a long way off because
because
I still have to watch The Expanse. I told my friend I would
ah,
watch it, and I've been kind of shitty because I haven't watched it, and
hmm.
I need to watch it.
Okay, well, I mean, in our sci-fi episode, that's probably gonna come up. I guess we could wait till after.
Yeah.
Although I don't
Oh
know.
yeah. I mean, if you're familiar with The Expanse, then that's good
Up to a
because
certain point, because
I'm
they
watching it now, or
canceled it.
I'm trying to watch it. It's just so hard for me to watch stuff now because
Yeah.
I like um it's hard for me to carve out time to do anything these days. But I like I was pretty shitty. I was like, we made a deal, She had no interest in Breaking Bad, but she was like, I'll watch that if you watch The Expanse. And I was like, okay. And she knocked out Breaking Bad in like a couple of days. And I'm like, whoa, slow down.
Like,
And I've watched a couple of episodes of The Expanse, and there's been a long time between. And I'm like, oh, I'm being kind of shitty because I haven't watched any of it yet. And I mean, she called me out on it, which I deserved. But I gotta knock that show out. Because I know I'll love it too. It's not even an obligation thing. I know I'll like it. But anyway, after that, at some point, I'll get to Arcane. But yeah, I'll mention a few of my honorable mentions that I didn't get to before I do my number one. I'll just kind of rapid fire them. Clash of the Titans, the original, not the remake. I hate the remake. But the original Clash of the Titans.
Don't think I've seen that.
Oh my god, it's a childhood movie for me. I watched it all the time as a kid, growing up.
Is that in black and white?
No, it's not black and white. It's in color. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I might be thinking of something else, like the old Godzilla originals.
Yeah. No, this is like Mount Olympus, Medusa and the Kraken, and he holds the head up and it,
Isn't there some claymation weirdness going on?
Yeah, there's a lot of stop motion. There's that one, and Jason and the Argonauts are the two big kind of Greek mythology movies that came out in the 60s, and they were showing off. I don't know if it was what's his name? Hausen. Ray Harryhausen, I think, is who did the so Ray Harryhausen did Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, Clash of the Titans, The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Did he do Jason and the Argonauts? I thought he did, but I'm not seeing it on here. Either way, it's a very similar vibe. But yeah, I know you had mentioned you like stop motion and stuff. I would recommend both of those movies.
Yeah.
Just for that reason, they're a lot of fun, and it's really fun to see the special effects from that time, from that era, and to see what like mind-blowing special effects really were. And I think some of them really hold up well. Like, some of it looks really good. Medusa, when he fights Medusa, that whole scene is just fucking great because she's supposed to be scary and she's stop motion, so she is really unnerving the way she kind of moves around. So, highly recommend that one. Never-Ending Story is an honorable mention. Another childhood one. I just grew up with it.
Yeah, same here. I think watched it in elementary school.
Yep. Pirates of the Caribbean. I think it's a great fantasy film.
Yeah, I guess I think more pirate, but I guess there is a good deal of fantasy in it too. Yeah.
And I mean, pirates are they're like a class in most fantasy. You get pirates. Hell, the Princess Bride, the Dread Pirate Roberts. You don't see any of the piracy, but he's a pirate. It's a classic archetype, and they just built a whole movie around it, or a whole franchise around it. And they're just big, loud, bombastic, funny popcorn movies, and I enjoy them. And then I'll mention City of the Lost Children, only because of nostalgia. I just have fond memories of that movie.
Yeah, I guess that kind of taps into a subgenre of fantasy we didn't really talk about, and I guess that's more like a surreal movie.
It is. It's surrealism. Yeah. It's hard to define, but that you know it when you see it. Another one that kind of for me is reminiscent is a movie called Mirror Mask that a lot of people. I've never met anybody else who's seen that movie.
I think I have, but it's been so long.
Yeah. For years, Mirror Mask was my falling asleep movie. Because there's just something about it that I can sleep to, and I can't sleep to most movies. But yeah, those are my honorable mentions. My number one, I'm just going to be a basic bitch about it. It's The Lord of the Rings, the trilogy.
Oh yeah,
I
like we kind of
count it all as one.
skirted around that one too.
Yeah. I not only is it my number one of the fantasy genre, but I mean, it's one of my favorite trilogies of all time. I think it's just a fucking masterpiece. And it kind of, I don't know, it's weird. It feels like it was the end of an era with those movies. And I can't really articulate like the last big Hollywood epic films. I don't remember anything after them feeling that way, you know?
I mean, you kind of get close with Marvel and the Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
But I thought that was just stupid, so...
Yeah,
like,
well, whether you like them or not, that is the closest you do get to that.
Yeah.
But
and maybe Transformers.
They're not as... I mean, it's a sprawling, you know... it's more of a business model than it is... I don't know how to describe the difference, but it's not the same. Because Lord of the Rings, it tells one story over the course of 3 movies, and it tells it really, really well. And, you know, it just, everything is on point with those movies, from costuming, set design, acting,
you
know, character relationships, like...
Well, I know, like, Peter Jackson was a real fanboy, too. It's like you don't feel that with the Marvel stuff. Like, that feels like they're cashing in a paycheck. A lot of it does.
Yeah, exactly. That's I guess that's one of the big differences. Like I said, Marvel feels more of a business model than it does a loving adaptation to, you know.
Maybe it's
because you can tell
too much fan service. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but the Lord of the Rings, there's thought put into every single detail of those movies, and you can tell that everyone, even the actors, everyone at least respected the source material enough to go all out.
Yeah, well, some of the, like, just technically being able to film a lot of the scenes, you know, where like all the camera shenanigans and just like the amount of work they had to do to make it work is insane.
Yeah. And they inject so many, you know, you mentioned fan service. Like, there's a lot of fan service in Lord of the Rings, but they don't hit you over the head with it. You know, there's no winking at the camera. It's just like some kind of stitching detail in someone's clothing or something. You know, it's stuff like that they just... the world feels like it truly has a history to it because they just don't mention certain things, but they still include it, you know? So, yeah, there's my number one.
Okay. Cool beans. So what about next week?
Let's bring up the list.
Oh, yeah.
I have to scroll up past our whole can't hear you conversation.
Yep. Lovely technical issues. Hitting the mute button and not realizing it.
Okay. We've done a lot of these. I'm trying to remember which ones we haven't done.
Oh man.
Have we done video game based?
No. Pretty sure we haven't. Although video game movies have come up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of stuff is going to come up. That's fun.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could. It would make sense to do sci-fi right after fantasy. You know, there's overlap. There's
movies or series?
I mean, we could do both. Let's do movies first, and then we can do series later, because I really need to watch that one series, because I feel like we're going to end up talking about it. So
yeah, at least as an honorable mention. But because I mean, out of the new stuff, it's like a lot of the Star Trek is kind of. I'm not sure what they're going after with those shows.
I haven't watched any of the newer Star Trek
I guess
stuff.
I've probably got a biased opinion because the only thing I watch is like the red letter media bitching about those new shows and how they fuck everything up.
Have your own opinion.
It's like, I don't want to watch those shows though. It's like, well, I guess we could talk about it next week. But
yeah. Okay. So just sci-fi movies then?
Okay.